Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sari. I'm from class 556. In here, I will presentation about discourse grammar in meeting 9. In linguistic, discourse analysis is an approach to analyze the language beyond sentence in text or conversation. The whole system and structure of a language or of language in general usually taken as consisting of syntax and morphology, and sometimes also phonology and semantics. A discourse-based grammar makes a strong connection between form, function, and context, and aims to place appropriateness and use at the center of its description. For example, Anna and Pat is married. He has been married for 20 years. And next, texture of a text. In texture of a text, there are unity of texture and unity of structure. Unity of structure refers to the way in which research, such as pattern of cohesion, create both cohesive and coherent text. Texture, the quality that makes a text hang together as a text. Meanwhile, unity of structure is referred to patterns which combine together to create information structure. And next, cohesion and discourse. Cohesion refers to relationship between items such as words, phrases, and clauses, and other items like pronouns, nouns, and conjunction. The main patterns of cohesion are reference, lexical cohesion, conjunction, substitution, and ellipsis. Reference refers to the situation where the identity of an item can be retrieved from either within or outside the text. The main reference patterns are anaphoric, cataphoric, exaphoric, homophoric, comparative, and bridging reference. Anaphoric reference is where a word of praise refers back to another word or phrase used earlier in text. For example, Michael went to the bank. He was annoyed because it was closed. And next, cataphoric reference describe an item which refers forward to another word or phrase which is used later in the text. For example, although I call her every week, keep my mother still complains that I don't keep in touch even now. Next, homophonics. Homophonic reference is where the identity of the item can be retrieved by reference to cultural knowledge in general rather than the specific context of the text. For example, the president is trying his best to develop our education system. And next, comparative relevance. The identity of the present item is retrieved not because it has already been mentioned or will be mentioned in the text, but because an item which is being compared has been it mentioned. For example, the book assumes all men are confident or that if they really like a girl, they'll overcome their shyness. Next, bright reference is where an item refers to something that has to be inferentially derived from the text or situation. That is something that has to be presented indirectly. For example, I went to a restaurant. The wine list was exclusively French. And next, lexical cohesion. The main kind of lexical cohesion are repetition, synonymy, antonymy, hyponymy, meronymy, and collocation. Repetition refers to words that are repeated in a text. For example, Rob, Rob has been driving. He's tired. And next, synonymy refers to words which are similar in meaning. For example, today's weather is awful, and today's weather is terrible. And next, antonymy describe opposite or contrastive meanings. For example, size, side and forward in the earlier text, and woman and man, real player and both hedge. And next, hyponymy refers to classes of lexical items where the relationship between them is one of general specific. An example of are in a class two member type relationship. For example, pigeon, crow, eagle, seagull are hyponyms of birds. Their hyponym, which itself is a hyponym of animal, is hyponym. And next, meronymy is where lexical items are in a whole two-part relationship with each other. For example, needing more hands to finish the project, where hands refer to people, and the term set of wheels in driving a new set of wheels, where set of wheels refer to an automobile. Collocation. Collocation describes association between vocabulary items which have a tendency to occur, such as combination of adjective and nouns. A collocation is a combination of words that are commonly used together. For example, fast and food, waste and time. To take a break, it means to stop working on something to rest. And next, conjunction. Conjunctions are words that connect word, phrases, sentence, and clauses. Conjunction refer to words like and, but, finally, and include conclusion. And next, substitution and ellipsis. A substitute form is used for another language item, phrase, or group. It can involve substituting an item for a noun. In the following example, one substitutes for the noun book. For example, I'm sure you'll finish before I do. Ellipsis might involve the omission of a noun or noun group, a verb or verbal group, or a clause. With ellipsis, some essential element is omitted from the text and can be recovered by referring to a preceding element in the text. For example, they were going to have a big wedding, but they have decided not to have a big wedding. And next, pattern of cohesion. Cohesion refers to the many ways like grammatical, lexical, semantic, metrical, alliterative, in which the elements of a text are linked together. For example, Michael went to the bank. He was annoyed because it was closed. And that's all for me. Thank you very much.